right, ladies and gentlemen, I am Tony Stumpo here in the booth, flanked by Colby Bryceland, and we are getting ready for an Elite Eight matchup here between Grand Valley and Akron. Colby, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Tony?
Doing well as well. I'm really excited for this matchup here. These teams have played each other already. Akron, I think you were on hand for that one. Got a pretty convincing victory over the Lakers.
Yeah, it was kind of exciting to see as an alumni of Akron, you know, their first win over Grand Valley in program history, and they did it in a dominant fashion. So I'm excited to see how the matchup looks today.
Yeah, and if you're Grand Valley, you kind of have to try to put that one behind you. Because obviously if you win today, you end up getting the last laugh, and you can kind of take some of the shine off of that win for Akron, obviously, and end their season and try to make another Final Four. It's been a long time since the Lakers have missed a Final Four. I want to say, and somebody can fact check me, but I want to say it was 2013.
Yeah, that's a long time
maybe
ago, Tony.
before that. I think it was in the dead ball era.
Yeah, it could be. So my main point when I used to play for Akron is when we would play Grand Valley midseason, I'd say this is a different team than we've seen at Nationals, because there's Grand Valley midseason and there's Nationals Grand Valley.
Yep.
They are two separate animals.
Absolutely. And so let's take a look at, take me through Akron's roster, if you could think of maybe 2 or 3 impact players that we should be on the lookout for here.
Yeah, so obviously the first one comes to mind is PJ Antelik. You know, he runs the middle, the offense and everything runs through PJ, but one of their players that may not get the spotlight, Jeremy Faircloth, just won the Scary Sticky Catch of the Month a couple months ago, sneakily becoming one of their premier throwers and one of their most clutch catchers. You also have veterans in Matt Young, who can, clutch points when he needs to, and, really doesn't put himself in a bad scenario to be taken out here. But I think overall, Akron's depth is what's kept them in this tournament thus far.
Absolutely. I think that, top to bottom, they're one of the more even teams. So we are going to turn it around here and take it down to the court. For Grand Valley, I think it kind of starts, obviously, with Matt Budai and Ben Smart. Those are the guys that they're primarily going to lean on. But some unsung heroes, I think I've talked about him before, but Alec Gonzalez, he's a senior, was on their OT roster last year in the finals. He's someone they're going to lean on to get some outs for them. Just a really solid player, never loses his composure. But with that, here we go. Trip to the Final Four on the line. Grand Valley, Akron, number 4 versus number 5. And you can hear the crowd is already getting amped up. We got 2.
All right, we're underway. First half action.
All right, so clock should be started here. We're a few seconds behind on the clock. We'll take 10 off when there's a play stoppage. A lot of posturing so far for each team, nothing doing.
Yeah, it's kind of feeling each other out, seeing, the energy levels of both squads right now.
And Ben Smart early on goes after PJ Antelik. Couple All-Americans going at each other there. That'll be a fun matchup to see. Different play styles, different positions, but offense runs through each one of those guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ben Smart knows that PJ is the biggest threat on the court, so he took it upon himself to take him out.
We got a ball that went all the way over onto another court, so try to scramble and get that one in. Big hit by Darnell Hurst-Rinson on Cooper Sites there. Team throw, but there's a catch there.
Yeah, that's Jeremy Faircloth, somebody I mentioned earlier. With PJ Antelik out of the lineup for now, it's going to be Jeremy Faircloth taking a lot of the throws.
Oh, he actually did get caught back in.
Yes, I realize that. All right, a little miscommunication there from Akron, letting too many throws go.
A lot of action, not a ton of kills yet for either team, but some of these round of 8, round of 16 matchups are fun. We said these teams did play each other once before, but they don't get to play all the time.
And that's Joe Barber with a catch. Not sure what the stoppage here is for. Looks like maybe a ref's discussion.
It might be, are they questioning the catch or?
Not sure.
We'll see if we can get a clarification for you real quick.
Oh, it looks like a warning was issued to Joe Barber for waving a player off when we got the catch.
Got it. All right, so warning issued, no yellow card or anything like that. So, but now that there is a warning, they're going to be on a little bit shorter leash.
Yeah, and I think it's good to set the tone early if you're an official. You know, maybe not let it get too far out of hand. But my opinion, I like to see the kids talk a little bit.
It's fun. All right, so after the official timeout, even clocks.
Eric Kavanaugh fires, and then looks like Aiden Jacobs sends one back.
And Aiden Jacobs with a catch then. Hurst Remsen missed Matt Young there. Matt's going to anchor this left side.
Matt Budai there with a very well-placed throw. You're going to see that a lot. He doesn't really put himself in a scenario to get caught very often.
Faircloth with kind of a nice no-look throw away from his body there. Goes cross-court.
Joe Barber there at the bottom of your screen, sending the ball back to his team.
Well, he kind of dirts one. That's going to be, I think they called that one good, but he's got to be careful.
Catch from number 21, Jonathan Harsh, the senior for Akron.
That'll get Alec Gonzalez off the court. He was that kind of unsung hero that I had talked about, just a steady, solid player.
A lot of action here in the neutral zone, folks.
So much action, so few kills, but Von Skio goes down now.
That was Matt Budai on the tag there. Alex Acevedo with a nice catch there, brings back in PJ Antelope.
I think Grand Valley was hoping that Faircloth had touched it as he dipped out of the way, but to no avail. It got straight through.
Powerful pump fakes by Hurst Remsen there. Nice backhand reset there by Eric Kavanaugh.
Good stop by Jacobs, who then throws it Antelek. Grand Valley hanging on the back line now. Mason takes a high throw off the right cheek there. And Ryan Paddock draws a couple throws.
Couple more. Akron's got to settle into this right now. They're just giving too many away.
I would say Grand Valley's doing a really nice job of drawing some throws, and Akron just not as accurate as they'd like to be right now.
Yeah, and that kind of shows the experience of Grand Valley. Nice tag. Cooper Seitz takes Joe Barber out, and Hurst Remsen gets out in the exchange as well. Huge power swing for Akron.
Yeah, 2 quick kills. We've seen that quite a few times on this featured court, where just one little flurry that gets 2-3 players out can just completely turn a game on its head. Oh, Schultz almost gets crossed by Michael Budai. And Matt Young runs himself into a little bit of an out there. Should say little bit of an out, but Pope goes down and then Schultz goes down. This is just a back and forth affair.
Yeah, this is what we love to see on the featured court here. A lot of action.
Oh my gosh, Michael Budai has missed on 2 crosses by about a collective 6 inches.
Yeah, he's placing those very well. Akron's lucky he didn't connect.
Grand Valley got to be careful, down to 5 players, close to the 10 clock.
And there it is, one more throw, and Grand Valley will be on a 10-second shot clock.
Wellscott was trying to stop that ball and ran himself into an out there.
Nice
Smart
ball.
Yeah, play an effective wall ball there. They figure they're down players. They got to maintain ball control somehow.
Yeah, absolutely.
course, on cue, I say that, and they throw 2 solos.
Yep. The commentators curse, Tony.
It took 6 minutes to get us there, but, you know. Good counter by Jacobs, takes out Seitz, I believe.
Yeah, Cooper couldn't reel that one in.
Grand Valley hanging tough with 4 players to Akron's 6 now, excuse me. Ooh, Kavanaugh.
That's a good look.
Yeah, he's got that unique left-handed back throw, and then he can follow it up because he's set with a right-handed overhand.
Nice block there by Alex Acevedo.
Yeah, that's a 5th-year senior, a lot of experience for him. Not his first rodeo.
You're going to see Eric Kavanaugh reset a lot of throws with that backhand.
So that ball naturally moves out of Grand Valley's zone, and they only have 2 balls, so there will be no shot clock.
Nice stop there by Budai.
Yeah, I don't think Akron had anything dialed up in the way of team throw, so PJ was trying to play a little wall ball and then give them 15 seconds to reset.
Yeah, Akron's got to communicate a little better there. Try a couple resets.
Grand Valley now with a miscue and 2 solos.
Coach Adam Pfeiffer won that tag there.
Akron, yeah, desperately pleading for that call on Michael Budai. Might have hit his sleeve. I didn't see much change in direction in the ball itself, but on they play.
It's a nice cover by Eric to make Ben Smart hesitate there.
Yeah, Akron just has a few more players on the court than Grand Valley and kind of use those superior numbers.
Yeah, so what has made Akron successful, you know, day one when they took a couple points on Michigan State early, was they were able to settle into the points, which looks like they're able to do now here. Kind of control the train that is Grand Valley. That reset not going to do it.
Yep, that's a little bit of a miscue for Akron, but no real harm came from it. And that's a kill for the Lakers. Sometimes those miscues, if you miss a throw and then you get desperate to reset the shot clock, down goes PJ. You end up hanging a throw and throwing a catch on that. So Akron, fortunate, nothing happened there. But meanwhile, 2 kills for the Lakers.
Yeah, even numbers now on both sides.
Jacobs gets a kill. I think he got away with a poor spot on that one there. Now Grand Valley's flipped this point around a little bit. And Kavanaugh throws a catch on a cross. That's going to bring Alec Gonzalez in, so that's a big get.
Ooh, bad miscue from Akron.
Senior Carter Crawford, but Colby, correct me if I'm wrong, he's a senior by class, but second-year player.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay, he did get hit, then got double tapped, so nice catch by Crawford, and then gets tagged after that. That leaves Franz and Acevedo.
Yeah, 2 veterans on the court here for Akron.
Ben Smart, effective wall ball again, just going to try to bleed out the count. Nice hit by Jacobs, and he's fired up.
Yeah, don't let this kid get ahead of steam.
Good block by Acevedo. 4 balls coming at him, not one finds the mark. Uh-oh, he's hanging one. Okay. They're going to say that's not a good enough throw. So he's going to have to rush. Not going to be a throw.
He'll take the balls over on that one.
Yeah, at this point, I think his best chance to get back into this point was to make a catch anyway, so.
Yeah.
So ball's over in favor of the Lakers here. 11 minutes gone by. First half here. We'll see what they dial up. And they find the mark there. The Lakers get them with 14-12 to go. We'll make sure our time is accurate. on here. They're going to call him out. Head ref Jason Harmon on the call. All right, so Grand Valley was down. Well, it was kind of a back and forth point, to be honest. Grand Valley started out pretty hot, but then threw a few catches. Akron took control, and then Grand Valley just methodically, kind of one by one, got back into it. So if you're in the huddle, you know, over on the Akron side now, it's early. What are you saying?
So if I'm Akron, I'm saying, you know, for the most part, more of the same, but a couple of those errant throws, you know, miscues, yeah, clean up that sloppy play a little bit because they lost ball control because of it, and then they were forced to, you know, try to make a reset and throw a catch.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good things you can still take away from that if you're Akron. It's not like you, you know, it's not like you just got obliterated and Grand Valley got what they wanted. Grand Valley had to fight tooth and nail. Took 11 minutes off the clock just to get that first point. A few missed opportunities. Positive takeaways, probably the catching. Yeah, a few team throws found the mark, but you made them pay for solo throws. And if you're Akron, you want to at least continue that trend.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're Akron here, all I'm saying is, you know, win the rush. You got to have ball control to start because Grand Valley can't do it without ball control.
All right, so head ref Jason Hallman going to get us started here. Point two, 14-12 to go, first half. Uh-oh. Then I couldn't tell there was a throw, but I think, did Akron hit his own player in the back? Ryan is upset. I think he thinks he got like slide tackled essentially, but they both ended up on the ground.
Yeah, hard to say in that instance.
Would you believe that years and years ago there used to be 10 balls in the middle and it was just everybody run at each other essentially, full steam ahead?
I've seen the footage, so I can't believe it happened, but I know it did.
Yeah, we have a much safer run-up now. It still lends itself for some exciting plays on the run-up, but you just don't like to see collisions like that. Little Ty Cobb spikes up, and both teams are smiling and laughing. I think they know that there was no malice intended.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so a little lull in the action. Again, thank you for joining us. We are here on day 2 of our national championship tournament for Collegiate Dodgeball Association. I'm Tony Stumpo with Colby Bryceland. It's win or go home time now, so you gotta love the excitement here on day 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're Grand Valley, it's one of those like act like you've been here moments, you know, because they have. And if you're Akron, it's kind of like take advantage of the spotlight.
Absolutely. Akron will start up again here. Akron was so close. They could sniff that Final Four last year. Just came up in overtime short. Looking to make history here today as a program. Bonskio gets tagged on the calf there.
That was Hurst Rimson on the tag. Well-placed throw.
Yeah, Bonskio's a good catcher, so that's about where you got to hit him in order to make sure he doesn't catch. And then, team catch, but then Kavanaugh gets hit, so a net loss for Akron there, but
taking the hit for his teammate.
Crawford drew a couple of throws there. Hurst Rimson will reset.
Nice block, and then Hurst Rimson will reset.
Zips will move right to left.
Matt Young with a nice
throw into a crowd. All right,
yeah,
Scott's going out. Scott's going out. That's one of the downsides I would say to this Grand Valley strategy where they sort of bunch in the corner to try to take wall ball out of play is that your opponent can just kind of throw into a crowd and maybe get lucky.
But on the same token, you know, if you get one piece of ball on your blocking ball, dead ball.
Yep.
So it's a great strategy by Grand Valley.
Ball control in favor of the Zips now.
Massive pump fakes by Hurst Remsen there.
Yeah, pushes back the entire Zip attack line there, but nobody home on the actual throw. And Budai will waste one. PJ got to be careful. He kind of stuck his foot out in order to get that one. And if someone was a little more Johnny on the spot, they might have hit him there. Schultz goes down that meanwhile. 12 minutes to go, first half. Grand Valley on top, 1-0. I'd say each team maybe benefited from a more liberal LAZ there. Alec Gonzalez's throw and then the return fire from Akron. Both probably could have been called bad, but they were both called good.
Yeah, the same transaction though, Aiden Jacobs gets tagged there.
Yeah, and Crawford just got caught reaching on a Ben Smart throw.
We've seen that a couple times from him over the weekend. He's got to maybe maintain his composure a little bit, maybe do a little thinking before that throw comes.
Smart with another wall ball. Throw, try to continue to get ball control back in favor of the Lakers, but then Barber makes a throw.
Cooper Sykes with a nice catch, takes out Aaron Pope, brings back in Kyle Voncio.
All right, PJ gonna charge ahead, wait for flankers. Instead it'll be Fairclough. Low throw on PJ and he'll retreat. And another catch by Akron.
That's Lucas Hallswell with a catch there.
See, Akron was pleading for a call there, and head coach Pfeiffer was saying, knock it off, like you can't focus on that. We'll get the calls, but doesn't want them to lose focus in the moment. Good coaching.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to control the controllables. Can't always control the officials' calls, but you can control your play.
Good block by Mason Smith, and then PJ with a good block. The ball kind of rattled around under his knees. Oh, they take two shots, and Smith and Gonzalez unhappy that they both took a shot at PJ there. They might have lived with it if they got him.
Gonzalez is great at moving up and securing the balls for his team. He puts himself into a position to not, make any bad plays, but also very great support player for his team.
Oh my goodness, Voncio.
So Paddock gets out, Budai is out.
Smith is out. I don't know, Voncio just kind of ran up there and then, I don't know, kind of dared them to throw point blank. Grand Valley took the bait and he made the catch.
Cooper Sykes will burn one there in front of Alec Gonzalez.
Grand Valley trying to stay off 10 clock here with only 5 Lakers left. Good stop there by Hurst Remsen. Grand Valley's only got 2 balls. Now they'll separate them there. Gonzalez with a good dodge.
Keeping that 1 foot in bounds.
Ooh, they're going to say that's not a throw. Gonzalez is going to have to come up and try to burn one. There's a kill by Antelek on Hurst Remsen, and now Grand Valley will drop down to 10.
Akron can't count the chickens before they hatch, though. They still got Joe Barber, Gonzalez, and Ben Smart in there, and Budai is no slouch himself.
Couple high resets by the Zips that are probably right at the top of the LAZ.
Schultz will reset the clock there.
The Zips in full control of the neutral zone right now. Kavanaugh's throw sails wide of Budai, and Grand Valley will walk it back up left to right. Ooh, PJ's late throw just misses there. Tried to catch Gonzalez with his head turned. Akron narrowly avoids a balls over here, which would have been the kind of opening Grand Valley would need. Boncio throws one and gets Gonzalez to block it into his leg, so.
Yeah, Zips seem to be in full control at this point, but nothing set in stone yet.
Nice cross by Budai, finally finds pay dirt on that one, takes out Kavanaugh. It's like Joe Barber's gonna make the reset for the Lakers. Boncio taking out the glass on the fire extinguisher there. Two throws at Barber, nobody home. Akron in no particular hurry, 6 minutes to go first half. They just want to tie this thing up.
Faircloth with a huge tag on Budai.
Yeah, Budai tried a little chest pass as he was running at him.
Ben Smart with a reset cross.
And then Ben Smart gets taken out, and Barber will be the last man standing for the Lakers.
Yeah, Voncio and Schultz combined for that team throw effort.
I think Matt Budai may be first in the queue. So a catch here. Nope, not to be had. 5:45 to go. Akron knots it at 1 here, so we're at least going to get a third point. Whether or not somebody takes one before half remains to be seen, but we'll have a third point here in the first half, so nice response by the Zips.
And judging by the pace of play here, I'm not sure we'll see a third point taken.
Yeah, so far we're averaging about 9.5 minutes per point.
Yeah.
Again, Zips leaning on that catching. Not to say they didn't get plenty of throwing kills and just have better overall court positioning once they got the lead, but really caught their way into a pivotal, pivotal. Yeah, pivotal. Tying point there for the Zips.
So if you're Grand Valley, what kind of adjustments are you making in the huddle right now?
I think you try to get back out in transition. I think the first point you did a nice job of that. Akron does like to come up into the neutral zone, and they like to control that area, and they're aggressive coming up, so you can sort of cheat up a little bit, use that against them, and start hitting them on their shoe tops a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. That was what worked for them in the first point. They were a little more aggressive, a little more on top of moving up and moving back quickly, but Akron could just kind of pinned them, in their second half, in their half of the court there.
Should have done more voice exercises before this one, some more tongue twisters. Can't say the word pivotal.
There it is.
There it is, yeah. I had to think, I thought I got it wrong again. All right, here we go. Knotted at 1, 5:45 to go first half. Live from Columbus, Ohio at the Ohio State University.
Nice tag off the rush. PJ Antalik in the outline now. And Grand Valley is coming out firing. They want this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like the two solo throws. If you're on the Lakers side there, you want to, not just give it away. You got some, trying to get momentum back, but two throws went and split around Schultz there. Hurst Rimson goes down.
If Akron can just manage this onslaught there, I think they'll be in a good spot.
All right, so under 5 minutes to go here. We're knotted at 1. Grand Valley has ball control, but they don't seem to be in a big hurry now, and Voncio and Ben Smart will trade long resets. There seems to be a little miscommunication on the Akron sideline between Pfeiffer and Voncio here about what kind of look they want. Team throw wide of sights there.
Yeah, Voncio counter just misses the right leg of Joe Barber.
Each team trades a throw. Count should be about even. Yeah, I'm not seeing a ton of urgency from either squad here. I think really it's more of a risk-averse strategy. Neither one wants to like make the mistake that gives the other one an opening.
Yeah, it looks like Grand Valley maybe came out a little bit hot to see what the pace would be. Maybe see if they can get a couple quick tags and then maybe move the pressure, but now they're kind of settling in, you know, playing a good pace.
3:30 to go, first half, knotted at 1. Seitz throws and is immediately countered. Barber grabbed the ball, like I think maybe he caught, Cooper kind of was just a high reset. Barber might have caught that. So much action going on, it's hard for us announcers to really...
Looks like Hurst Ripson's back in the game, so I'm assuming that's the case.
Hard for us to pay attention to every little exchange on the court.
Couple resets exchanged there.
Good stop by Faircloth. Tapping the ball over to Young, who will come up. Even ball count now for both teams. Nope, sorry, ball advantage for the Zips. Crawford gets hit. Grand Valley may think they have more time than they do because the scoreboard in the gym says 3 minutes, but we know they're accurate as about 2:10 here. You hate to see that be a factor. Ryan Paddock gets out there, goes low for the catch and can't quite corral it. Oh. Young and Gonzalez go out in that exchange.
Michael Budai is slowly becoming a household name in this league.
Yeah, I think he's going to find himself pretty high on that rookie All-American list at the end of the season.
I'd have to agree with you.
Down goes Schultz there, gets tagged on the foot there on the jump dodge. Long cross by Walcott, just misses a trio of Zips. Down goes Kavanaugh. Faircloth had gotten taken out in that exchange too, and Pfeiffer's pleading his case that Jacob should have also been out. It should have been a 2-for-1. Hurst Rimson with a catch.
Akron needs to slow this down a little bit. A lot of it.
I think Franz might have, oh, they're calling Franz out. They're going to say his feet came up and he slid and his butt did not stay in. Grand Valley thinks they have more time than they do.
Hey, your time is wrong, official. Your time is wrong. There's about 30 seconds left.
There's a timeout. We're going to get that. We're going to put the clock at about 25 seconds here.
So about 25 seconds left. Bill, 25, okay.
So Hallman is going to make sure, head ref Jason Hallman is going to make sure that both teams know how much time is actually left here. I don't think the ref knows how to set the clock, so I may have to go help him.
Jason, 25 seconds. 25 seconds are left. 25 seconds.
All right, my colleague Tony Stumpo is going to go in there and save the day here. All right, thank you to Tony for the assist there.
Yeah, I could hear Matt Budai as we went in there. Our clock never, we had Bill reset it, and so we knew where the clock was and had him start it at the right time, so we should be accurate with that 25 seconds left. Grand Valley even just said we would have been playing this so different. They thought they had about an extra 40, 45 seconds left, so they're going to come up guns blazing. They get the first one. And they get him with the second one, and it doesn't matter for the Lakers. They're fired up on the Lakers sideline there, and Akron got to keep their chins up.
Yeah, so about 11 seconds or so will roll over.
All right, so we're going to have a 5-minute halftime here. Grand Valley gets a 2-1 lead over Akron. Honestly, when we delivered that clock news, that was a best-case scenario for Akron as they were fighting to try to stay alive and get it to halftime tied, but start them young. So we're going to turn around here. We'll talk to you guys at home for a minute here. Colby, biggest, your thoughts on the first half here?
Yeah, so a lot of what we said is kind of coming to fruition. The standout players, the players to look for. If I'm Akron, you got to go into your halftime with your head held high. You know, you're playing against Grand Valley. Not only Grand Valley, but Grand Valley at Nationals. So nothing to take away from either team there. Grand Valley is able to capitalize on their opportunities and hit their spots.
Yeah, and if you're Grand Valley, you got to be really happy with how you were able to finish that. The first point took, 11 minutes off the clock. Great response from Akron, and they almost got it to halftime. But if you're Grand Valley, you have to try to capitalize on that momentum. All the momentum's in your favor right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job by them to realize the situation and rise to the occasion there and close out the point.
Yeah, and I think, for Akron, continue to catch. You can't, right now they're in it because of their catching, and they're going to be in a world of trouble if suddenly they get the yips and start dropping a few of those catches. So continue to rely on your catching. You got to get the big guy in the middle going. PJ's gotten some kills. That's not to say, but he hasn't done anything, but he's been held in relative check. He got out early, both, I think, points 1 and 3 there. Point 2, he was on the court for more of it. There's a correlation there. He was on the court for more of it, and they won the point. So get number 17 going up there. That's your big gun in the middle. And Crawford, I called his name a few times earlier. Get him going as well. There's a big arm on that young man, and he's got to display it here. You got 25 minutes or you're going home.
Yeah, absolutely. And if I'm Akron, I'm kind of thinking to clean up the catch attempts because they were caught reaching a couple times for maybe looks that I would have given a second thought to.
Exactly. Crawford, I mentioned him having that big arm, and he gave away an out by reaching. And, he'll watch the tape after this and know that he made a little bit of a mistake there. But still anybody's ball game here. As good as Akron. I mean, Akron has beaten Grand Valley this year. They looked very good in point 2. Point number 1 was not dominant by any means by the Lakers. They were down in that point. So if you're Akron, you got to know you're still in it. It's 2-1. It's not 5-1, right? So we'll see what Coach Pfeiffer tells them in the huddle. If they make any adjustments, I'm not sure they have to make wholesale changes by any means, but.
Yeah, so if I'm Grand Valley, I'm saying, this is our play. This is our tournament, and they're showing why they've been national champions so often is because they play their style, they stick to their guns, and they don't let the other team control the pace. The time when they let the other team control the pace was point 2 when Akron won. So the difference there is just who took the opportunities and turned them into productivity.
Yep, absolutely. So we're excited. For those of you who might be a little confused when you see our shot clock come back to, we're going to turn around and face the court now and get started. When you see our game clock come back to 25-11, Grand Valley ended that point with 11 seconds left on the clock, and so that'll be a rollover to the second half here. So we just have a little bit of extension time, but nevertheless, Grand Valley snags the lead right before halftime. Each team trying to punch their ticket here. Winner will go on to face the winner of Michigan State and James Madison, which is happening directly above us. But Colby, take us through the tail of the tape here.
So both teams with a very, very similar record, very similar regional rank, and you know, they've been pretty good in their selective regions. So, you know, there's not a coincidence that these two teams are here in this position today.
I would say the only difference really between these two teams on paper coming into today was that decisive victory that Akron had over the Lakers at the War. So
absolutely.
And I will say, you don't want to take anything away from Akron. They might be the best home team in dodgeball. How many consecutive victories is it? Like 16 at home? 18. So even more. Little different animal here. They didn't have to travel as far, but still, this is, you know, neutral site game for these teams as we're live in Columbus. All right, head ref Jason Hallman going to get us started. And they're off. Quick kill for the Zips. They get Paddock.
And they get the ball back too, which is pretty huge.
Yep, so they maintained even. Oh, and Aiden Jacobs let one slip, and then Pope has to reset. So now, great start for the Zips.
The one thing Akron does or doesn't do that I like them to take advantage of is when they have, you know, any sort of ball control, they don't straightforwardly go for the team throw. I'd like to see him try that more often, but Aaron Pope gets taken out while I was discussing that.
So Akron had a nice wall ball up at the top and got a bounce back, and then also Alec Gonzalez's throw missed at them. So good start in the first, first minute here for the Zips.
Like I said, that should have been a team throw opportunity for the Zips. They let a couple solos go, allowing Grand Valley to kind of, you know, crawl back into the ball control space.
Kavanaugh with a full head of steam launches. That's rare. Usually you see Akron kind of run up to the neutral zone, then get set, and then make a play, but it's always good to change the look.
A couple resets there by each team. Mason Smith leading the charge there for the Lakers, and they're going to retreat back now.
Michael Budai gets caught reaching.
Eric Kavanaugh showing a little bit of speed on that throw.
Yeah, he kind of gets lost in the shuffle a little bit because Akron's got a few other power arms there, and he usually displays that backhand throw. But you can tell there's a concerted effort by the Zips here to utilize the wall better than they did in the first half overall.
Yeah, and we mentioned Eric Kavanaugh's name earlier. He was one of the unsung heroes for their match against Michigan State because P.J. Antelope spent a lot of time in the outline the first 3 points, and Eric Kavanaugh kind of took it on himself as a veteran to lead the team.
Yeah, I mean, someone else has to step up and make a play. Gonzalez team caught. That's lucky for the Lakers. Johnny on the spot. Eli Walcott there saving his teammate, and then Jacobs fires into a crowd.
Costly balls over potentially for Grand Valley.
Where was that throw? Which throw into the crowd? Ben Smart, I think, is going to come over and try to plead his case, but did the shot clock not reset on the throw into the crowd? It must have been.
Maybe it was high or a little bit wide.
Yeah.
You know, hard to tell from our angle.
Our angle, yeah, we can't, you know, if it's wide of someone, we're certainly not going to know.
All right, if you're Akron, who's first?
I think you're going Matt Young and PJ in the middle there. Boncio may come in with a late throw, or Crawford with a late cross. Grand Valley has vacated the middle though, so Crawford did come with the late cross and just missed the back hip of Eli. All right, so I believe Grand Valley called a timeout when the balls were thrown because they don't want to give up ball control again.
Smart.
All right. So Grand Valley is going to maintain possession of 3 balls after that one. Fortunate for them, missed opportunity for the Zips.
Yeah. That's the fortunate outcome with the strategy that Grand Valley, you know, plays with the taking the wall ball into consideration. You're kind of forced to place them a little bit better.
So we will get the scoreboard corrected in just a second to reflect that Grand Valley only has 1 timeout left. All right, Zips with a 7-3 ball advantage and player advantage here. Ben Smart will waste one and get back.
Yeah, so Grand Valley used one of their timeouts, so they only have one more timeout left in the half here. So
Seitz takes out Jacobs in that scrum there. PJ featuring that lefty backhand throw. It's a dangerous throw. You don't always know where it's going, so you got to be ready for it.
Yeah, that comes from his hockey background. He's able to use the muscle groups on both sides there. A nice stop there by Mason Smith to secure the ball.
So you're noticing Akron's in no hurry right now. They're mostly just kind of waiting, being patient with the wall ball until they can really get something set up here. Although Fairclough going to hang in the neutral zone. And that's not going to be a throw. So then Seitz throws, and they're going to say that one's good.
Couple throws traded there.
Grand Valley managed to steal steal ball control back from the Zips. Akron with 4 balls will be led by PJ and Alexis Schultz. Oh gosh, PJ's ball slipped. Boncio with the bailout throw. Good block by Mason Smith. Block by Crawford here in the lower corner on the throw by Ben Smart. Joe Barber throws a long reset, and then Akron throws 2 back. Crawford gets hit on the team throw.
Ben Smart also gets taken on the transaction, so does Alex Acevedo.
Eli Walcott had an opportunistic throw there and got Acevedo out there. Kavanaugh just missed Gonzalez there.
Akron now moving up closer to their throw line.
Down goes Antelik there, just kind of whiffed on the block, I think. We haven't called Alexis Schultz name a ton. There she goes and makes the throw, but she's really locked down the right side for the Lakers.
Cooper Seitz takes out Alex Gonzalez too in that transaction. Let's see if Akron can kind of capitalize on the tags they're getting here.
Yeah, I think they've got a player advantage here, 6-8 as well, so. Down goes Schultz. Well executed team throw by the Lakers, and they'll retreat. Budai wastes one right after Akron. They're going to say it. Jason Hallman right on top of that, going to say it bounced right in front of his foot. That's a good break for Cooper Seitz and the Zips. Well, Scott will waste one, and the Lakers will retreat again. And then Wellscott takes out Matt Young. He's lucky, I tell you, some of these zips, they're really good at catching as they're retreating, especially if you hang one, and Wellscott got that ball just low enough that Young couldn't quite corral it. Six Lakers, 6 zips. Oh, good stop there. I didn't even think that Franz saw that one. Moncio misses just in front of Smith and Budai. Well executed wall ball by Walcott.
Akron now moving up. Casey France to unload one.
Seitz and Hurst-Rimson going at each other.
Seitz draws a couple there, loses one.
There's a trade. Seitz and Wellscott take each other out. Now it's 5-on-5. Next out is crucial, Colby. Next out puts a team on the 10 clock.
Yeah, if I'm Akron, you got to avoid Grand Valley having any sort of upper hand in this point.
Oh, that ball is going to stay right inside the Akron zone, and that is a tough break for the Zips, but the team throw gets Kavanaugh.
A couple nice catches still in here for the Zips, so let's see if they can capitalize on some.
Another well-executed team throw by the Lakers, and another. And it's all Grand Valley in the last minute to 2 minutes here. Now Lakers looking to extend their lead. Voncio, the last hope for the Zips here.
Like that ball's going to stay in no man's lane. Akron has one ball on their side, so no count.
Voncio correctly goes for the catch there. 14:51 to go second half, and Grand Valley extends the lead 3-1. Another one of those more methodical points, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. Grand Valley knew what they were doing the whole time. Not really letting anything slow them down or get discouraged by any trades or any transactions that may not have gone their way. So.
Yeah, I think they avoided catastrophe there with the balls over. Akron's going to look at that one as a missed opportunity, but right now they can't look back on that. They've got 14:51 to try to get back in this one, force overtime, or just outright win, or they're going home. So
yeah, a lot of game left here.
You can't think about the missed opportunities. You can only think about the opportunities you're going to have going forward.
Very evenly matched thus far. No point has really been lopsided either way.
Agreed. We've played 30 minutes of dodgeball, essentially. No, 35 minutes. I can't do math. 40 minutes
35.
of dodgeball. 35, yeah. Would you believe I work in finance?
No.
And we've seen 4 points. So we're averaging about 9 minutes a point so far in today's game, in today's era. That's methodical.
Yeah, still more high scoring than previous years, but that's due to a lot of the rule changes we've been making.
Quick update from the other courts here. It looks like we've got Michigan State with a 3-1 lead early in the second half here against the Dukes of James Madison. We've got Ohio State up 5-1 over Miami. So Ohio clearly didn't think much of the upset Miami had over them. Ohio State, excuse me, didn't think much of the upset Miami had over them. Meanwhile, 2-2, Ohio and Cincinnati knotted up. So Ben Smart with a catch on Crawford. All right, I think Adam Pfeiffer wanted to call there on Ben Smart, who didn't say anything, but maybe made a face and stunted a little when he made the catch. He's fine, they're saying. So the clock is 14:23. You hate to see a point stop when then, there was nothing of consequence happening, but.
Yeah.
All right, Lakers will reset with ball control, moving right to left here. Zips on their back line. Timeout by the Zips. Good timeout by Coach Pfeiffer there. They put 3 on PJ, nobody home, so now even ball control.
Yeah, also even timeouts for both teams now. Both teams, Grand Valley used theirs a little bit earlier here. Both teams have one more left to utilize in the case of a specific scenario where it may benefit them.
All right, so there was a timeout on the court there. Coach Pfeiffer took a timeout because 3 balls were thrown at PJ and they all missed. So now Akron has 5, Grand Valley has 5. Lakers hanging on to a 2-point lead here. Akron trying to make something happen. Ryan Paddock can't quite make the catch. Good block by Budai, falling backwards.
Yeah, great body awareness there by Budai to, place his ball right where he thought the throw was coming, and it worked out for him. Cooper Seitz and Hurst Rimson both.
Is that another trade up there?
They didn't trade with each other. Hurst Rimson got out Cooper Seitz, and somebody crossed Hurst Rimson.
A little bit of sloppiness here from Akron. 2 out of those 3 throws were nowhere near where they needed to be. Kavanaugh with the only throw that was close to someone. Kavanaugh holding on to his right hand here. Might be something to watch.
PJ Antlick, nice, well-placed throw. Just Aiden Jacobs able to position his body to secure the catch, and Kyle Boncio goes out as well.
As does Matt Young on the throw by Barber, so it's all Lakers right now. I was going to say Kavanaugh seemed to be favoring his right thumb and wincing a little bit there. Might be something to watch because he was throwing gas before that, and then he went back to the backhand throw, so. All right, so 5 Zips left. They're going to have to find their way into some catches here. Take some pressure off. And Coach Pfeiffer's taking a timeout here. He may want perhaps an injury timeout, but nevertheless, we'll see if they charge him with one there. So the timeout will not actually be charged to Akron. Acevedo's hand was bleeding. Pfeiffer just signaled for the timeout to let the refs know. So that will be an official timeout so that he can get taped up so we don't have more blood on the balls. So as you can see on the monitor there, officials timeout. And just want to give a quick shout out to our scoreboard operators, camera operators. We got Sam Palumbo working hard back in the control station, bringing you the multi-stream if you're watching that way. We've got Bill Fisher, who's been grinding all weekend long in the week leading up to this, making sure that our overlay is good to go. Our sponsors for making this happen, Zipline Logistics, Simon Says, Element T, Coca-Cola. It's been a phenomenal weekend. Got a few more rounds of dodgeball to go, so stick with us, but just wanted to give those shout outs, Colby.
Yeah, not just national sponsors, but our year-long partnerships we had with Go Tape, our official tape equipment sponsor, and KBS Apparel, our official apparel partnership here.
Got fans asking us in the booth, who do they play next? Meanwhile, there's 12:16 left on the clock, and as we've seen all weekend, let's talk about that for a second. No lead is safe. It's certainly not a 3-0 lead, so Grand Valley's maybe happy that they're not up 3-0 because we saw what happened to 3-0 leads this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of momentum swings, able to make for some interesting dodgeball over the weekend.
All right, so the officials' timeout is over. We'll restart here. We got 5 Zips against, it looks to be 10 Lakers. Budai with a hit on Kavanaugh and then a catch on Harsh. And Joe Barber had a strong hit there, but it popped up and Franz was able to secure that, and that brings in Faircloth.
Yeah, it's pretty massive for Akron.
Oh,
wow!
Right on cue.
Making an impact right away. Takes out Aiden Jacobs.
So for Grand Valley, you got to be careful. You can't just let them get back into this. They got fresh legs with Faircloth and a fresh arm. Acevedo just missed the counter throw on Walcott there, who had missed Faircloth prior to that. So
Casey Franz dislodges Alex Gonzalez's blocking ball there.
yeah, I think he caught Gonzalez sleeping at the top of the screen there. And don't look now, but there's only 7 Lakers left. Well, Scott makes the catch on a long throw by Faircloth. So
yeah, a costly mistake by the Zips there, not making the legitimate attempt zone, cost Faircloth to the outline.
we talked about sometimes when you have to make those desperation resets, you end up hanging one, and that's a mistake by Faircloth. Lucas Oswald sails one to reset. For those of you who might be a little confused, yes, there is a Walcott and a Wellscott on Grand Valley, and they are both wearing backwards hats right now.
Team throw takes out Casey Franz over there for the Zips.
And another team throw misses Acevedo. Paddock with the catch there, right up in the middle. Okay, so the catch is good. They're calling it balls over. So the way that rule works, you obviously got to get the throw in the LAZ, the legit area zone. But if the throw is not made in time, but it's before the ball's over call, that throw is still legal. So
yeah, ball is still live.
And the ball didn't make it close enough to the target, enter the LAZ by the time the ball's over was called, but it was still live. So Paddock will get credit for the catch, and the ball's over for Grand Valley. And they take out Acevedo, and Grand Valley grabs a 4-1 lead, 9:41 to go, second half, trying to punch their ticket to yet another Final Four appearance. Want to give a shout out to one of my big sisters, Angie, who's tuning into the stream right now. She's learning a lot about dodgeball from the stream, she says. Just now learning about dodgeball. Her younger brother's only been playing for 12 years, so.
Hey, better late than never, Tony. We do appreciate you, watching us at home, to all the spectators here in person. This sport wouldn't be the same without all you. So again, our sincere thanks.
Yeah, this sport doesn't happen without the players and the fans, and it's such a grassroots effort here by everybody. We don't have giant sponsors yet. We don't have TV deals yet, but we've got guys grinding in the control room, bringing you all these streams. And a few years ago, would you ever think that we'd have that multi-view where you can kind of see the picture-in-picture and watch 6 streams at one time? And it's just incredible how far we've come.
Yeah, very Red Zone-esque of Sam Palumbo to
Oh yeah, the Palumbo zone.
Yep.
So 9:41 to go. Grand Valley's up 4-1 here.
Akron making some roster changes.
Stranger things have happened than a comeback here, but yeah, it does look like Akron has maybe Ryan Paddock gets taken out. There goes the ball into the booth. PJ goes out too here, so looks like we got a few new faces for the Zips here who may be sort of understanding what's going on here. Budai with a, nope, they're gonna say it bounced into him. Nicole Kudic is checked in. She's coming off a national title in the women's division last week in Miami. Big part of that Akron comeback win over the Spartans. Looks like Keith Greathouse is checked in, the freshman. Colburn Miley, the freshman.
Joe Barber secures a catch on the backhand throw from Kavanaugh.
So Colby, I think you're obviously closer to the Akron program than I am. We've got a few seniors on this roster. Acevedo, Antalik, Kavanaugh, Franz. Is this it? Final game for them?
Not sure about a couple of them. Casey Franz, I believe so. Acevedo, I believe so.
Matt Young, a graduate student. So just trying to shout out some of the freshmen who, or excuse me, freshmen. Quite the opposite, actually. The upperclassmen who, you know, these upperclassmen, these graduate students, these fifth-year seniors, a lot of these programs don't exist without those folks still being around. You know, COVID wreaked havoc on the league and in the world for that matter, but you know, a lot of teams wouldn't have come back without the leadership and without these classes sticking with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was there with my first year coaching, recruiting a couple of these people: PJ Antalik, Matt Young, Alex Acevedo. Casey Franz was there my last year as a player. Eric Kavanaugh, I helped recruit. So it's great to see where the program has come since I've left. You know, we thought that our greatest accomplishment was winning Ohio Dodgeball Cup my sophomore year, and you know, coming into the national tournament the 8th seed. But Akron has eclipsed us since then. Alex Acevedo with a nice catch on Mason Smith there. And you know, inversely being close to this Laker squad, any shout-outs you'd like to have?
Well, I'm hardly a coach. I just attend a lot of their practices.
I said being closer.
Oh, okay, close. I thought you said to coach to them, and I was like, well, yeah, being close to them. The seniors, Darnell Hurst Rimson here, he's a senior that hasn't played all 4 years, but he did, you know, let me know that this was his last year, so big shout out to him. Aaron Pope, the graduate student and a captain this year. Alec Gonzalez, he was, I think, part of the last recruiting class pre-COVID, came in with Tyler Peach and that crew. Heck of a career for him, and obviously Ben Smart, who's been around the league for a while and is expected to graduate, and those guys have really helped hold this program together as well, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, you mentioned the COVID year. You know, huge shout out to the leaders on these teams for keeping these programs alive in a time where things were really uncertain. We didn't know when we were going to be able to resume, and kudos to them for keeping their programs alive.
But back to the action here, just under 6 minutes to go. It's looking increasingly likely. PJ with the catch on Barber. We'll bring in Cooper Seitz. Increasingly likely that the Lakers are going to get out of here with a victory and will face the winner of Michigan State, James Madison, for an opportunity to play for a national title here. PJ Antalik with another catch. That time he takes out Matt Budai. And then Ryan Paddock gets him on the foot. PJ Antalik told me earlier today he was win or lose today, he just wasn't ready to be done with dodgeball, so he's really excited that the NDA season is just 3 short weeks away.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to our brother league there, the NDA. It's kind of where you can continue your playing career. in a very similar format.
Cross throws by Paddock and Ben Smart both miss Cooper Sights. Not by much. But yeah, we're happy to have a lot of these kids when they're a lot of them still in college end up playing, but join that league and continue their career. There's no reason you can't continue to do the things you love after college.
Absolutely, and you know, we talk about a lot of the impact players. A lot of the impact players on both sides have participated in those extracurricular leagues and, you know, growing their skills outside of just the collegiate year, and it's paying dividends for a lot of them.
Oh yeah, Rubber City Resistance, we'll give them a shout out. That's kind of Akron has become the de facto feeder system for that team, and they're looking to make some noise this year. Got a lot of zips on that squad, and I've played them a handful of times, and always good games and fun to play against them. And long cross by Paddock takes out Sights. 3:40 to go, second half. Carpenter goes down, and Ben Smart puts an exclamation point on this one, this match for him.
Padding his stats, if you will.
Alex Wellscott with a catch.
Yeah, it takes out Colburn Miley there,
but if you're
the freshman.
If you're Akron, you know, you're not going to be obviously happy with the finish here, the way that this one is going to end up. Your ultimate goal was to compete for a title. You had some signature wins this year. First ever win against Grand Valley in program history. That's a program win in my eyes. You also have the distinction, and some folks may argue and say it doesn't matter. It absolutely does. You have a women's national championship team. You have a full open squad. You have B teams for each one of those divisions. You've created a culture here that's second to none, in my opinion. And the only thing they're lacking is that one trophy, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. The Ohio Dodgeball Cup has seemed to elude them of late, and
that'll do it.
Championship as well. Yeah, 2:30 left. I'm assuming.
Grand Valley goes up 5-1, and that'll end the season here for the Zips. Grand Valley, as they do, find a way back to the Final Four.
Yeah, great team win for Grand Valley. Not really any standout performance. You know, they all just performed well as a squad, and, you know, hats off to Akron for making it here and making Grand Valley sweat for it. Every point, besides this last one where Akron had some subs in, was very, very close, very competitive. It seemed to go either way, and just a couple transactions there would you know, set the tone for the Lakers for the remainder of the day.
Yeah, coming into the second half, it was unequivocally anybody's game there, 2-1. But Grand Valley had to fight tooth and nail to have that advantage. They were 11 seconds from, you know, being tied at half. So truly anybody's game. Good showing for Akron here at Nationals.
Yeah, let's see. You know, we'll give the teams a little bit of time to you know, discuss the results here. But let's see if we can get a post-game interview from a Laker, you know, to discuss their victory. All right, again, thank you for joining us. We're live on day 2 of our national tournament hosted by Ohio State in the great city of Columbus here. Shout out to some of our presenting sponsors. Simon Says Stamp, Zipline Logistics, and a couple of our donations from Coca-Cola, Element, the sports performance drink. Looks like we're gonna have Aiden Jacobs come up here for an interview. All right, I'm joined in the booth now by Aiden Jacobs. Aiden, congrats on the win, first of all. They kind of made you work for it, but what worked for you guys there? What kind of you know, changes did you guys make in the first half?
Man, just communication as a team all around. Balls getting thrown, hitting off walls, communicating to our guys, pushing up with the balls. Hey, you guys got to stop that ball. It's rolling behind you. We missed it. Just communicating that across the line, both left side to right side to left side. Then just implementing, like when we have 2 balls on one side, 1 on another, side that throws doesn't matter. The side that has 2 balls is going to throw, because if we throw that one, we're going to leave ourselves open. Just changing up strategy, playing as a team, trusting in our guys to make blocks, make plays, make hits. A lot of kills in transition really helped us out there. That's like that.
Yeah, so you stuck to your guns. Tony and I talked about it the entire game. You guys know your play style, and you're going to force the other team to play at your pace. Obviously you were a standout performer in this match. Anybody else you'd like to shout out? Having a good round.
Man, honestly, I shout out all my guys on the team, but on the right side, man. Like, we've had some problems past tourneys where we're not communicating enough. We're not turning around, stopping wall ball. Putting a lot of faith in our guys over on that right side of the line, man. Joe Barber, Darnell, Alex Wells-Scott, just everybody that's over there. Alec, we're making plays. We're making stops on the ball. There's a couple times where they throw two. We're communicating, hey, they're throwing two. We got to keep our eyes up. Our guys are sliding in front, blocking. Everyone else turning around, blocking, trusting that the guys that can move forward don't have to worry about the ball.
Yeah, so you guys find yourselves in the position in another Final Four appearance. Congrats to that.
Thank you.
You're not going to lie, there was a little bit of a question mark coming into nationals. You guys just got beat by Akron the last time you guys played. What was the game plan going into the day, knowing you're going to face Akron in the quarterfinals here?
Man, just play Grand Valley dodgeball. At the end of the day, it all comes down to that, man. Grand Valley is historical, but I've been here for 2 years. I kind of know the game, but getting the newer guys in, making them understand, like, hey, this is who we are as a team, but not even as a team, just as a family. Taking the image of, like, hey, guys, like, do you want to go out here? Do you want to see your family down and in the dumps about something? Play for your family. This isn't just a team. This is a deeper connection that we build. Aside from college, this is a club. Doesn't matter. It's just that connection of family, just really pushing us into it.
Yeah, it's great that you said that, because I was going to ask about the team culture. Obviously, a lot of young players. How do you get them to buy into that family culture?
Man, just showing them we care, day in and day out of practice. Like, hey, we might be hitting each other in practice. We might be getting hype out here on the court when we hit people. That all stems from how we practice, how we play. Somebody makes a catch at practice. We don't care if they're new, they're old, who they catch. We got guys that'll come out here and catch Ben Smart, who is notorious in this league, and then we'll hype them up. It's like, hey, man, that's not no easy task to do. So just hyping our guys up in practice, letting them know, like, hey, we really care. Connecting outside of practice, like, hey, let's go grab food, let's go do this. Let's build that connection where we're not just teammates, we're friends.
Absolutely. So moving on from this match and the previous portion of the season, none of it matters.
Yep.
You guys are here. You're getting closer to the big stage. What are you looking most forward to moving forward here? And correct me. I don't know if I'm wrong, but it looks like you guys might be playing Michigan State in the Final Four. What are your thoughts?
We're ready. We've played them a lot. Got great history with them. Last 2 national championships. MDC play throughout the season. They're a great team. They're tough opponents. They play real well. Good competition, so I'm just excited to get into that. I don't know, I'm just ready to go.
Absolutely. Well, I'll let you go celebrate with the team. Great
Absolutely.
win. Congrats, and good luck the remainder of the day.
Thank you.